on YouTube. It's time, she said. You've had your reign on here. It wasn't a reign of terror, and it wasn't a reign of error. But as I look back through the years, I say with pride, with tears in my eyes, that it's time to go. Don't worry none. We're okay. We're doing fine, and we'll continue to do fine. But I think my time in the ring is over. I think I've said what I needed to say, and I said it very well. And some of you have learned a whole lot of good stuff from me that I hope you're going to put to practice. Because long after I'm gone from this earth, you're going to remember me. I'm afeared that you're kind of on your own. Yeah, I think it's reached that time. As I sit back and I reminisce about the good old days from the beginning with the chair. Hello, Anthony. Yeah, your channel has spawned quite a few other channels whose sole devotion to you borders on the obsessive. There's one right now that went live. Popeye. Well, of course. I'm here to please, Robert. And remember my words, Robert. I'm glad that I've been able to put a little bit of stride in your step. Once you're off the mobility bike. I'm glad that I've replaced your soap operas with my shows to give you something to live for, something to look back on and say, well, I got to say one thing about this guy. He kept me busy. If I didn't have him, I wouldn't be making my little shows. I would have my little time on YouTube so I could talk about something other than who's going to be at the bingo parlor tonight. Or should I wear my black socks or my white knee socks? I've given him a reason to be. I think I've helped a lot of people on here. In some way, I think I've helped everybody, if you really think about it. Popeye, I'm glad to have been in service to you. That's what I'm here for. Service to my people through past 10 years. But it comes a time, Robert, there comes a time when I gotta wave bye-bye. But I will say that you've been quite a bit of entertainment for me too. So it kind of works both ways. And to everybody else, I say, it was real. Or I could say, I was real. And most of you were not. But I enjoyed my time on here. It provided tons of entertainment for me. But life is not all YouTube. And the sooner you realize that, the better you are. It's not like I didn't put in my time. You'd think I at least get a gold watch or something out of this deal, but unfortunately, I walk away from this retired man, not from life, but from posting on YouTube. It's been an illustrious career. Tuesdays are Popeye's support group for those who use a colostomy bag. I know, I hate to hear that. Bingo is for the exciting weekend. Oh, I got it wrong. So bingo is on the weekend. And okay, Tuesdays are for the colostomy bag sessions. Okay, now I understand. I didn't get it straight though. I'm very glad to be able to entertain my audience, and the topic matter I've provided in the past 10 years has been phenomenal. I fought the hardest of trolls on here and I won every single time. I don't know how I did it. I'm tenacious. I'm exacting. I'm powerful. I'm outspoken. And I make my point, and I think I've made my point a little bit more than I would like. We don't operate this channel to make money. 95% of the time, we've never been monetized, and that's in 10 years. We were never in it for the money. Nah, nah. Because I felt I was doing a job. But somebody has to, I got to pass the torch. And somebody has to take my job. Somebody has to take my position. And I leave it up to you guys. Oh, I'll be there in spirit, of course. Of course. You're always on my mind. But I must say, as I look back into the past decade of posting on this platform we call YouTube, there was one time I never knew what the hell it was. Somebody said, "You got to check out this thing. It's called YouTube." I said, "How do you spell that?" I thought it was you and then TUBE. And then they said YouTube, like you, YOU tube. I said, "I never heard of it." But when I discovered it, I used to listen in. Then I got kind of uh, mm, kind of enticed to actually start my own show. And that laid to the legend of the chair. That's my legend. The chair is the legend. And nobody could compete with that. The chair. The chair. It defined all logic, really. And why so many people were drawn to the chair. The famous opening scene, empty office chair. And I slowly make my way to the chair, sit down, and I do my shows. And at the end, slowly get up off the chair, get up and turn the camera off. It was grassroots vlogging. It was unique in its own way. The chair had its own personality. Yeah. So I say with a very heavy heart that I think it's time to retire and actually mean it this time. In all seriousness, yeah, I've been on here for a while. Sometimes you get to a point where, you know, you kind of think you said it all. I mean, how many times you got to repeat yourself on here? And I get kind of bored with some other shows too, because a lot of people on here are just repeating the same and rehashing the same shit over and over again. And it's all I ever hear on these shows. I like to look for something unique when I listen to YouTube, and it's either someone is trashing the Philippines or Filipinos, or trashing the government, or talking about how you know the one that got away, the juiciest Filipina. Unfortunately, I'm hearing things I don't like to hear or see. Is that grown ass adults are going after very, very, very young Filipinas. That turned me off from the beginning.
Man has no right to date a woman that could be his granddaughter or great granddaughter. We understand about the age gap out here. We see it all the time. And maybe we just become too used to it. So it's commonplace to us, but it's never been commonplace to me. I've always found the wrong in that. The wider the age gap, the less I believe that it's a loving, caring relationship. And I'm not saying that there isn't any that exist out there. I'm sure there probably is somewhere, but I don't buy it. I don't buy a lot of things on here. I don't buy the lies. I don't buy the fighting, constant fighting, name calling, and all the wannabe tough guys that hide behind their computer screen all the time from miles and miles and miles away. HAG says Barry will take over the channel. It seems like a natural fit. No one keeps Barry in jail better than Barry. He'll come here and say something stupid and lengthens his incarceration. Well, you see, it's a good statement he made there, Mr. AJG. And the reason it's a good statement is because of what I've been doing. I've always said there was a method to my madness, and I meant it actually. I wasn't fooling around. I figured let him do his thing on here, and I did. He had free reign to say whatever the hell he wanted to say, and I let him do that. Oh, not that I didn't entice him just a little bit, but he fell right into my trap. Didn't take much. The truth came out. Well, he doesn't tell the truth. That's not what I mean. But how he really feels, who he presents himself as, what kind of a person, what kind of a character, what kind of a demeanor, what kind of a low life that he really is. I allowed him, I allowed him to present himself so that people could really see who he was. Then I pushed him all the way to the point that he was knocking the Philippines government, the Philippines people, talked horrible things, that they're only good for certain things, shoveling up shit and trash. They're only good for sex to women, that they don't have an education, that they don't make any money. I let him just do what he does best. Didn't take much work for me. Then he can go back to his channel and complain about it. Yeah. So one thing you don't know, me guys, there is a method to my madness on here, and I've been doing it the whole 10 years. The whole 10 years. I'm not exactly on how many years. I'm just saying 10 years. And I've been attacked by a lot of people. And I will leave here knowing that the only thing I did on here was to be myself and to talk about whatever I wanted to talk about. I didn't hide anything. I didn't have anything to hide, although a lot of people do. They came out here to the Philippines because they were hiding from something. They did something wrong and they had to run away. And that pertains to lots of people on here. I just let people say what they're going to say. And the repercussions from that, well, that comes later on, as it did for this guy. I just let him put his shows on when he's not supposed to be using his cell phone. I knew what I was doing. I knew exactly what I was doing. Let him use it. Let him express himself. Let him vent. Let him tell me how he really feels. Let him call me all these names that I could use as evidence against him, which I actually did. I was always several steps ahead of this guy. I said to myself, let him be himself. Just let him be. Let him be. You don't want him off YouTube. Let him stay on YouTube. I want to hear what he has to say. I want it to come out. I want to see his anger. I want to hear those words coming out of his mouth so I could record them and use them later on. He fell right into my hands. That he did. It's not that he wasn't doing nothing wrong when I say he fell into my hands like I'm some kind of you know, a lion tamer or something, and, whip it out to him and get him all upset and he'll perform better. But he did that really on his own. It didn't take much enticement from me at all. It's really didn't. Am I leaving the Philippines? I don't think so. Oh, what's this? I got to read this. It's a special show tonight. It would take over the channel. It seems like okay, I read that. They can go back to the channel and complain about it. Right. Oh, I plan to stay. That's my plan anyway. No, I'm just going to be kind of retiring from this thing. I've even got to the point that I'm trying to find YouTube shows I can actually listen to. And I'm having a hard time because we got some of the same characters out there. They're talking about the same shit all the time. Yeah, they sugarcoat it a little bit, sprinkle a little honey on something, but it's really the same shit. It's the same skits, the same material, the same rhetoric. And it's gotten old. I'm getting old. And YouTube's getting old. I think that's applying to a lot of people. There's a fly out there. You want to get him? Yeah. I see a fly. No, it is not my intent to leave the Philippines, unless it's voluntarily. It's not my intent. Although I'll tell you, there are people that are really trying me to get to leave the Philippines and doing whatever they can to try to make that happen. Yeah. My advice is don't fall into people's traps on here because they're always trying to trap you. Remember, nobody's your friend on here. Nobody. Don't trust anybody. And I know this from 10 years experience. Don't trust anyone. Beware of wolves in sheep's clothing. And that's exactly what's going on here. People are just looking for train wrecks. People are just looking for drama. People like Popeye live for this stuff. If he didn't have that, well, he wouldn't have nothing but his bottle of scotch and his filterless camels. Soap operas, I think, are off TV now. So YouTube became his soap opera. If there was nobody on here that he could complain about and bitch and whine about, the poor guy's going to go downhill really, really fast. Angie says, come back in a couple of weeks after that April 7 court case and share the result. No, that's the point. It is really not my duty and obligation to share anything about, and I've said too much already. He said too much. It is really not my place to do that. The trial is in a real courthouse. It's not on YouTube. And all the armchair warriors on here have their opinion about everything. They've all become lawyers now. They got the pedigree. Oh yeah. They got the document. They all became lawyers now. Boy, have I heard some really very diverse opinions about what's going to happen here, what's going to happen to him, what's going to happen to me. They're all lawyers now. I don't know. I just follow my lawyer's advice. No lawyers on here. Oh, guys, you could live without me. Except before 10 years ago, I was never here. So now I'm getting up there in age and everything else. And this is just all bullshit to me. It's coming to a point, You had a number of people that got off YouTube. Seth Style had took in his big hiatus many years. There's a lot of people that got off here. There was postcards from Sabu. He might, I don't know, he's not on no more, but there's a lot of people that I used to listen to that are no longer here. Either they passed away, you know, all the so-called lions and tigers are coming of age and they're dying. They lived in a very bad environment, didn't take care of themselves, and they're all dropping like flies. All lawyers without any skin in a game. Yeah, they don't have any skin in a game. Da-da-da-da-da. Gilda, how do you feel about my retirement from YouTube? She's got a thumbs up on that. Yeah. Yeah. It's like about time. Parting is such sweet sorrow. No, it's really not. Hey, I put my time in on here. I've entertained you guys for a decade. I gave you hours and hours and hours of entertainment and knowledge. I made some of you healthier, maybe pissed off a few of you, maybe made your day whenever I do a show, because I realize as you start getting older, you get lonely and you want to hear that voice in the dark. You know, I'm like the light at the end of a dark tunnel to some people. And I realize I've been like that to people a long time. So I've kind of served my purpose, but it's time to put your own boots on the ground, kind of move on, and, whatever you want to do, find another victim or find a show that you feel that you could listen on a regular basis. The fact is, I've always been there for you. My morning shows with my cup of tea, my philosophy. What would you do without it? Well, I guess you're going to have to find out. Oh, the puppet show. Excellente. Oh, yeah. I could do a whole YouTube channel just doing that. Have some fun. People got to learn to loosen up a little bit sometimes. I loosen up on my show and dance, sing, puppet shows, you name it. You guys are just too tightly wound up. That's my opinion. You're too tightly wound. Relax, take a deep breath. Release yourself from some of the drama because it's got you on your toes, some of you. What's going to happen next with who? What is he going to say next? What can we predict? What's going to happen in the court of law? What's going to happen with Barry's girlfriend's complaint? What's going to happen? What's going to happen? What's going to happen? What's going to happen? Shit. You're going to be on fucking benzos before you fucking know it. Actually, I think Popeye's on benzos, but don't tell anybody. He won't tell you that. You didn't hear it from me. You didn't hear it from me. But again, I don't know what else to say. I've talked about everything on here, and Gil's been telling me for years to get the fuck off this thing, really. But no. I had to be stubborn. I had to have this attitude, well, I don't give a fuck what they say. And I never did give a fuck what anybody says, except when they go that deep and dark and ugly, say those magic words, and I'm all over them, as somebody found out. What do you need? Pardon me?
Give me your another hands.
You need another hand.
Yeah, give me.
What do you need? What do you?
Hands.
Oh, you got more of that? I don't understand it. It's couch in the other room?
Yeah.
All right. Bring out the cortisone. Yeah.
No. It's okay.
Yeah, Popeye is pretty wound up. Yeah. Sophie says Frank is as cool as a cucumber. Frank is wound up tight like a what? I'm not wound up at all when I maybe should be, but I'm not. Hey, man, I just take life day by day, man. Don't matter what's going on. I get up in the morning, face another day, for as long as our dear Lord allows us to, allows me to, you know. One day turns into a month, turns into a half year, turns into a year, turns into a decade. Because time goes by really, really, really fast. And that's why I always say, yeah, if you have to go on YouTube, go on YouTube. If you like a little drama, it's okay. But you can get awfully caught up in this, just like a real life drama on TV, like Popeye's been doing for the past 50 years with, you know, As the World Turns, General Hospital, Days of Our Lives. There's more to life than that. I mean, there has to be. Sometimes you got to kind of ground yourself a little bit and say, well, life is precious, so is your breath. Instead of doing stupid copycat shows and simulcasting me like Popeye's doing now, go out. Go out. Take the mobility scooter, take a ride in the park with your foo-foo dog on the handlebars, put your flags on there. Hopefully there's a good wind so the flags will wave to and fro. You know? Yeah, I know. But it comes a time when you say enough is enough. And the one fortunate thing is nobody's ever chased me off YouTube. That's the one thing that never happened to me. Some people, they just, kneeled over and gave up under the stress of insults from other people. But I stayed in there for 10 years. Nobody ever forced me off YouTube unless I got striked. Then I came on again right away. But no, nobody to this date has ever gotten me to leave YouTube, put my tail between my legs. Never have. I'm very proud to say that. And I always said when it's time to go, it's going to be my decision, not anybody else's. Maybe I'm doing them a favor because it'll give them more time to free up. They could do things that are more important than make shows about me or fight with each other and people that never really even met each other, fighting with each other, calling each other names. How immature is that? And we've all been involved. If you want to run a show, you've been involved in this community. We're all, you know, guilty of certain levels of immaturity and some more than others. We're grown ass men. Start acting like grown ass men. You know, boots to the ground, stand up straight and tall. You know, if you don't have a woman, go and find a woman. That'll be a better hobby than coming on here and talking about me or whoever else you talk about. Life is out there. Just reach out for it. You know, grab a blue haired lady at the bingo parlor or something. Take her for a ride on your scooter. Put a helmet on her with a scarf and just whiz down that road with the American flags just waving to and fro. That would be quite a day. Quite a day. So, with that, I must say, parting is such sweet sorrow. But if you need to find out information about anything, I guess you're going to have to do your own research on here because I'm done. This is not a court of law. You have to find out on your own. But unfortunately, if you have to ask the other guy, well, the problem is you're not going to really know what's going on because he doesn't tell the truth. So it's not like you have two opinions out there, mine and his. Because if I'm not vlogging anymore, you're just going to have to go with what he says and believe what he says. And I know that's impossible to believe. Because remember, when his lips are moving, he's lying. Yeah.
You never
Say
know.
goodbye to the people there My lovely Gilda. Say goodbye to the people.
Goodbye, everyone. Good night.
Goodbye, goodbye. It's sorry to say goodbye. Let's go. Chorus. All right. A one, a two, and a three. Goodbye,
Goodbye, goodbye,
goodbye. I'm sorry to
goodbye.
say goodbye, goodbye, goodbye.
Sing.
Sorry to say goodbye.
Sorry.
Sorry. But sometimes sorry isn't enough with some people. When you put me into the grinder, banging my head on the anvil. How much can a man take? Then you find you have to give it back with fire and fury. Ah. Take care, Sofa King. Take care, my main man, AJG, and all the other people that frequent my channel. No, this is the real McCoy. Even if I get a big announcement to make, I'm afraid I'm not going to come on and do it. You'll have to find out from somebody else, but unfortunately, I hate to tell you, it's probably going to be the wrong information. You know, like a case being thrown out of court or something like that, or not going to get prison, or they didn't take his toys away, or some bullshit like that. You know, you got to use your own judgment, okay? And I know it's really hard because when you can't trust what people say on YouTube, nobody tells the truth on here. Papa, you need a vacation, man. You definitely need a vacation. You really do. I know he'll come back. Yeah, well, Frank, he'll be on in 24 hours. Maybe not, Popeye. The question is, what are you going to do with yourself? Go back to your masturbation sessions. That's probably more exciting, really, than listening to my show anyway, isn't it, really? I'm not that exciting. I don't know what the big hoopla is with my show. I'm just a simple man, a grassroots channel that spoke the truth. They say the truth shall set you free. Well, I know somebody that didn't tell the truth, that it didn't give him freedom. The man still hasn't learned. A perfect impression of Popeye. Stay away, Frank. Enjoy the life you built. I need to step away from this pathetic game, too. You know, best and the brightest, that's not far from the truth. I think a lot of people, and all the playing around, I think a lot of people on here are feeling the same way, too. Yeah, okay. Get cortisone. I think a lot of people are feeling the same way. Yeah, I mean, I sure am. I'm so burnt out on all this legal shit. I'm burnt out on the same rhetoric on every fucking channel. Who's recording you? And look, I told you how I feel about that. It's like I'm flattered on one hand, but I'm like, what the fuck on the other, saying, do these people really have that much time on their hands to simulcast or record me and criticize me every time I come on? I'm probably the best thing that's ever fucking happened to YouTube in this community. Because I find most people in the general community boring as shit. Boring. They talk about the same shit all the time. The same shit. They just dress it up a little bit differently. How many times can you hear it over and over again? They don't know what to talk about. So it's the same thing, you know. How do you meet a woman in the Philippines? How much does it cost to live in the Philippines? Boring. I even started talking about that. But it got to a point where I limited myself and said, hey, it just comes down to one thing. It's getting expensive to live out here, and you can't live out here on X amount of money, period. You can make you try and say you're going to live wonderfully. I always said it. If you got a girlfriend, it's going to cost you more money. Anything else, you want to go out for dinner, it's going to cost you more money. You need medicine, it's going to cost you more money. You need medical help at a hospital, you'll be spending up your ass. And I know that as a fact. So you want to move out here to the great Philippines? I say good luck. It's not what everybody sees on here. All these shows where they're only showing the good things happening in their life. Now, I'm not putting down the Philippines. I'm putting down these people. And yes, I am putting them down because they try to paint this, you know, uh, Rembrandt photograph, a picture of how great their life is. These retired people, they're not doing much. They're not doing much. They're watching fucking TV under their fan or air conditioner, like all of us old coots are fucking doing. Maybe some of us do a little bit more, but it's all the same. They just put on a show. Oh yeah, I'm killing it. I'm killing it. It's all a facade. It's a charade. That's all it's ever been, and people buy into it. They even send them money. I'm always there laughing, saying, "Why are they sending money to this fool?" Well, he's entertaining. Yeah, well, your dog could be entertaining or something, or why do you send money to some freakazoid? Never understood that. I'm a kind of a student of human nature, but tell you what, I never understood that. That people are so bored, they need this entertainment so bad that they're willing to pay some criminal, pay some psychopath, some sociopath money to continue being an associate. Has your life come down to that? Really? You got a fucking Australian guy that likes to play with a punch a dildo in his shower, holds his cigarette up like a lady. We got a guy on there that makes out, sticks his tongue down lady boys' throats in a bar. Bunch of fucking freakazoids. Is that what you want? Is that what entertains you? Watch some Netflix or something, man. You'll come out of it a lot better person. Real entertainment. Not all this made up shit and people hating on each other and calling each other names, nicknames for this, for that, criticizing your hair, your nose, your ears, your eyes, how you dress, how you talk, what your age is. When you got that much time on your hands, I leave off by saying, man, I just feel sorry for you. That's what you call having, well, not fully enjoying their retirement. But they got that much time on their hands to talk about me, little old me. As I said, I'm flattered, and 10 years of flattery, but it comes a time when you said it all and you can't think anything more to say, got to pass the torch. And here's the torch, and I'm going to pass it. Oh, very sad day today. Very sad day. Very sad. We're going to retire my sunglasses. We're going to retire it. We're going to pass the torch.
All right, there you go. Another quitting session. This is one of the few quitting sessions I've ever caught. I forgot about the Bee Gees. Well, I want to welcome in Don C., Mr. Bill, Reborn Troll, Dr. Sniffs a Lot, Mike Dowdy, Passport TV, Steve 25901, uh, Big E, welcome in, welcome in. Nico's Experience. Welcome in. All right. So, somebody give me the over and under on this fucking idiot. Right? Because I heard so much bullshit this morning. It's fucking pathetic. All right? Truly pathetic. I think maybe Passport TV is right. He got notification of more cases put on him or told he has to leave the Philippines. And dude, the only way he's going to stay off is when he gets booted out of the Philippines because he's going to look like an idiot. Okay? And if he has the opportunity to self deport, he should. I seen in the comments his hypocrisy is above and beyond. It truly is. He's such a fucking moron. You know, I mean, only a moron would go to the Philippines, pick up a chick that's got 8 fucking kids and is still married, and buy her a house. Okay? That alone is so fucking moronic. I mean, if I told this story to regular people on the street, they'd look at me as if I had 2 heads and say, what's the name of the fictional book you're writing? Oh, this is not a fictional book. This is true. This fucking moron has gone to fucking Philippines, picked up a chick that's got 8 kids and a husband, bought a house for her, bought her a little tuk-tuk, electric tuk-tuk for her, pays all the fucking bills, pays all his fucking, you know, hate bills for his lawyer. I know at least 2 new cases coming, plus I saw the original documents for his deportation. Exactly, Big E. Exactly. And, you know, that's why I put that Popeye one short up there last night. People needed to hear what Big E had to say. They needed to hear what Passport TV had to say. It's got to be heard, eh? This guy's just fooling himself. It's what I call the Sally Fields effect. They really, really love me. No, Frank, nobody loves you. There's no torch to pass, bro. All right? None whatsoever. No torch to pass. Nobody wants to become you. Nobody wants to become hateful, spiteful, narcissistic. I'm calling dibs on the dumbbell. I want some gains. Yeah, Mick. All right, you can have dibs on the dumbbell. He's against others repeating himself, but he does it himself. Same shit. Barry, Barry, Barry. And here's what's even more. Here's what's even more moronic than ever. This guy has filed a case on a toothless hillbilly for calling him a name. Okay? And here's what's even makes it even worse. I believe he is a pedophile. I really do. I believe he's a pedophile. And when you put a boy on your lap and you sing about another man's penis, you go peeping into their windows, all this is fucking documented in a lawsuit. You do shit like that, that's pedophile behavior. You're a fucking pedophile. Right? And I believe the only reason why he got away with this because he was in Hawaii. It's one of the most liberal states in the world. Every fucking law is designed to protect criminals and miscreants like Frank. That's what I believe. That's why he got away with it. He's been getting away with this shit and running and, you know, doing this kind of shit his whole fucking life. Eh? And that's all I could tell you about this guy. You know, he's a real fucking doofus. And now he's going to get his. And I'm happy that he's going to get his. He deserves everything he's going to fucking get. Right? Barry, 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 Popeye, 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 McFisher, McFisher, sick grandpa. Yeah. Or maybe he woke up and realized, wow, the whole genre is against me. And, you know, my bar girl just told me. So it's time to go. Time to go. But he'll be back. If anybody would like to come on, have their say so this morning, you're more than welcome. You know, his time is over. The wee wee sniffer. I hope he didn't take his stream down. I missed his recipe for running a cup of tea. Oh, Jesus. Oh, man. Sorry to hear that, Flying Circus. I hope y'all get better soon. Be cool. His embarrassing YouTube career was the highlight of his life. No, that's it. Sad. Yeah, exactly. Exactly. I just can't believe he wouldn't just take the win. Now he's turned into what will be the biggest loss in the genre history. Exactly. Every day he sullied the little win he had by keep going after Barry time and time again. All right, I got some asshole that's named I'm your fucking Huckleberry. All right, all right. What do you got, turd in the punch bowl?
Listen, the only torch that's burning is everybody else's fucking torch, but his.
Mm-hmm.
He ain't passing shit but except for immigration on his way the fuck out of here. That's the first thing. The second thing is he has such a great relationship with his fucking caretaker. He could have easily got off the fucking phone the other day and shared some breakfast with her. You know, say, hey, hun, why don't we sit down and talk? This is more important. Such a great. It's not a. There's a difference between a relationship and a fucking arrangement. All right. Not once did he sit there fucking talking to her. Such a great relationship they have. All the love that they're sharing. And hey, Stank, let me show you what real men lift on a good fucking day. See, you passed the little fucking girly, 20 fucking pounds, bro. You passed the fucking 25s. You actually start working. If you had any kind of testosterone, maybe even get yourself a real fucking hard on. You start working from the 60s over to the 75s, and then you can actually build some real fucking guns, bro. Real guns, not 37 pounds fucking soaking wet talking shit. Listen, bro, I can tell you right now, if you spend half the time enjoying yourself, the 10 years would have been justified. You don't have a fucking life, dude. You don't have a life unless everybody else is laughing at you. So leave that fucking shit up for a rest, man.
Welcome in, expat. What say you?
Well, it's the end of an era, the last show, and this time I think he really means it, just like he meant it the other 3,000 times he quit.
Well, I think he got noticed. Popeye's right. I think he got noticed, and he figures, what am I going to do? I can't argue with Popeye. I can. The only thing he ever says about everybody is, "Oh, your mobility scooter, your foo-foo dog, this and that, and you haven't." Listen, spend some quality time in your fucking life, bro, before you judge anybody else's. But you can, because that's what you do. You know,
Yep.
he's out of there, dude. He can't fight against Popeye. This is why he's doing this. I gotta leave. Nick Fisher doesn't know what he's talking about. Big E doesn't know what he's talking about. So I'm gonna leave for 3 days and watch all of YouTube and see how I can argue and fight and what I can say to make everybody else think that what they're saying is a lie. No, dude, it's already old. You said it, 10 years, and you're gonna get your well deserved.
Hmm.
Everything he's gonna get, he get it for himself. And what content does he bring? What more can he say about Barry that he hasn't already said? You know what I
Well,
mean? What content?
you know what I learned tonight is, Frank, there's two things he hates. One, it's redundant live streams that talk about the same thing over and over, and Barry. I think those are his top two pet peeves.
100%.
It's
And you know
just
what he'll
amazing.
do?
Go
You know
ahead.
what he'll do? He'll say, "Expat, who the fuck are you? Nico, I fucking hate your lawn." Dude, my lawn shows more excitement than you had in the 10-year relationship or arrangement that you had with your caretaker, all right? We'll
Well,
laugh at you.
I'm sorry to tell you, Nico, I'm the only one that can hate your lawn
That's exactly it. They stank. Listen, Popeye's the only one that can hate my fucking lawn.
because I'm the one who told you how to do it, and you keep doing it the opposite way.
And the thing is, we're all living and having fun laughing at him. He thinks we're all sitting there saying, "Oh, what excitement is he bringing next?" Nothing. There is no fucking excitement. What excitement do you bring to YouTube, dude? Besides the same fucking shit every fucking day.
Dude,
Dude, you're starting to look like your blueberries.
he's about as exciting as a wet fart in church on a hot Saturday afternoon.
Yeah.
What did he say on your last simulcast? This is for the elasticity of my skin. Well, let me tell you, Stank, that elasticity is not working because you're starting to look like your fucking blueberries on your neck, buddy. All right? You should get your money back on that pill that is supposed to help your elasticity of your body. Right? Your neck look like it's 10 years advanced on what you look like and you should look like.
Yeah, that's true, Mike Dowdy. Enough is enough. Let Barry go. I mean, he needs to drop the case. Everybody in the genre is telling him, drop the fucking case. But will he do it? No.
Oh.
He's just got to keep being a little fucking prick.
Mhm.
Okay? And now you're going to pay for being that little prick. I can guarantee it.
Do you guys
And
think
you
he
know,
was always this way? Do you think he was like this as a kid, or
no,
something happened in his life that broke him and he
no.
just got into this loop? You don't think so?
X Fact, he's always been like that. He's
Yeah.
always been like that. If you notice, X Fact, he always repetitive about Biggie, me, what is it, Mick Fisher, Barry. He always, if you notice, the only person he's fucking with is Barry. He hasn't done nothing to anybody else.
Mhm.
It's because Barry can't afford it. And he's always been that kind of person that he has been intelligent enough. And I'm going to say this at least. He's been intelligent enough where ahead of the 8 ball. You know what I mean? Like he will not let you get in front of him. He wants you behind him. So of course he's always flipping on fucking Barry. Look what I did. Look what I did. How come if he's winning so much, everybody else is still having fun on his dime, laughing at him? He only has Barry. So this is what he's always done. He's been one step ahead of everybody and makes himself look smarter, thinking, "Hey, I got this." Oh, it's about the principle. 10 years of this shit, Mr. Stank. This is what you call being like, I have to prove a point. Let me tell you something. We'd have more respect for a man that actually bought and has given his life to someone that doesn't belong to somebody else. How about that? You said, well, I can leave. You can leave whatever you want to, whoever you want, but stop judging other people that are with women that are not married. You know, think about it that way. You know, sharing a family with somebody that doesn't constantly uh, belong to somebody else. You keep saying, well, if that's your happiness, that's fine. But what we criticize is the fact that your happiness is criticizing others for the stupid shit that you do, dude, and do a lot and then do a lot better at being stupid at it.
Mhm.
He's
Well,
always been like
Big
this,
E
expat. He's
is
been like that.
Big, Big E is saying, he walked in and saw his wife being boned by a black guy. I think that might have had an effect on him. And
Ah,
Oh,
and
the trauma.
then we got if the pics I saw really were of his wife, he should thank the black guy. That's from
I agree.
25901.
Listen, he's gonna talk about me, you, expat, everybody in the chat. He's watching you as you're simulcasting. He needs everybody else. If he was so happy, again, repetitive on my part, he is so happy. Why is he on YouTube 10 years? Oh, I don't do it for the money, bro.
well, there's no
I'm
money. What has he achieved? Like he's achieved nothing 10 years. Imagine
no,
if he had spent half the time he spent on
that's
YouTube doing anything else. If he had spent half the time learning Tagalog, he'd be fluent. He would be a scholar. If he'd spent
look at me.
half the time reading books, so many other ways he could have used the time where there's some sort of payout or benefit, but just
Yes,
talking to your phone with a black screen about the same shit for hours and hours. He's not earning money. He's not earning friends. He's not getting any knowledge. Nothing. All that
nothing.
time wasted on nothing.
Well, you know what he'll say to that? He'll say, well, it's everybody's retirement. See, he says everybody's retirement's different. If that is what you wasted all your fucking life to do, is to just for 10 years, dude, the closest you got to a relationship is a cell phone. Look at me, look at I'm in the gym right now. I'm still talking, having fun. I'm out and about. You say Popeye should go out and everybody should go out. What are you providing? All the stuff that you say Popeye is a hate channel. If you notice what he's doing is simulcasting you. Are
Yeah.
you that intelligent not to see the fact that he's simulcasting you and Popeye's the hate channel? Why? It's all your fucking mouth on that fucking channel. So who do you think? Let me show you what a degree really looks like there, Astang. 1 and 1 equals 2. That means you are the one talking in the fucking channel. So that means you are the fucking one that's toxic and hated. So it's not Popeye, it's you. So I don't know how. And you know what? I have not seen receipts from you either that Popeye's lying. You keep saying, where are the receipts? Popeye put the receipts in the videos about all the shit that you've done that's so dirty. And then all of a sudden, Popeye has to show the receipts. The receipts is your mouth. Your mouth is a receipt, dude. So why don't you go out there and live?
Well,
Don't just walk down the
Richard
street.
says that's absolutely not true. He's achieved significant milestone of getting kicked out of the country.
Well, that is true. That is true. When that happens, that's the best achievement that he's done in the Philippines.
Uh, dude, I mean, how many times can he say I smoke camels? How many times can he say I ride a fucking what is it?
I'm a
Volvo
village scooter.
scooter, right?
Yeah.
I mean, Jesus H. Christ. I mean, dude, has he even taken a look at my channel where I take my electric bike out on the trails?
No, he doesn't care.
I mean,
He
holy
doesn't
shit.
care.
And I love all the cliches and tropes he uses, like, that I wear khaki pants and black knee-high socks.
Well, the thing with him is it's easy to criticize and repetitiveness when he does it, but when anybody else does it, look at a stank. Look at this is really working out. Not sitting there saying, "Let me have my blueberries, let me have my oatmeal, Dude, you're so afraid of death with all the medication that you take. Why don't you go out there and actually pump some blood to those, to that heart that you say you have? You don't have anything except for yourself, buddy.
Well, I tell you, the guy is the number one narcissist of the fucking universe. All right, and for all his bullshit, now he's gonna pay. Everyone knows Popeye wears a evil Knievel jumpsuit. I do. I'm wearing it right now. Okay. And I want to thank Batman for sending it to me. Okay. Batman, you know who you are. Okay. And dude, this guy, he just never grew up, never realized when or how he hasn't been wanted to be around because of his bad behavior. Right? I'm sorry your fucking mommy did not give you enough attention when you were a little fucking boy, but that's not my fucking problem. Okay?
See, in X Pac, this is perfect, X Pac. This goes back to that question. There's no way you can wake up. You could if you were really faking it. Like, look at X Pac. I'll make it short. I'll come in, fuck around. I know I'm going to get backlash. She'll talk shit about this. She'll say nothing anybody says on YouTube will ever fucking bother me. It doesn't bother me. Okay. It's impossible for a guy like that or many like him to come in that much time with that much time, and it's not something that they've been doing all their life in just different ways. You know what I mean? In his job, in his career, or whatever he did. There's no way that this guy normally lived a normal life. There's no way to come
Dude,
out and be this
dude,
hateful and do
have
all
you?
these things. No.
I think you've missed it. Let's start at the beginning here. I think you
Yeah.
missed it. Start at the beginning. Was bullied in high school.
Yep.
Spent 8 years in college. Didn't get a degree. The reason why he spent 8 years in college because he wanted to make sure he could dodge the draft. Okay, didn't want to go to Vietnam. Right, that's his fucking choice. I mean, hey, if he wanted to be a coward, be a fucking coward. I know a lot of brave men that went to Vietnam. My hat's off to them. But of course, he wasn't one of them. Uh, Bummed around, went from New York to Seattle, all over. Everywhere he went, he ran from there. Odd jobs here and there. Fucking his finally when he's 48 years old, he filed a lawsuit and he got SSDI. 48 years old. Waited all the way till he was 60 something, took regular social security. Uh Turned around, used his brother's Section 8 fucking prime loan sub to get a fucking house in Hawaii. What did he do there? He harassed the living fucking shit out of the tenants. Okay. He can't leave anybody alone. If you're within a certain radius of him, that's it. You're in the kill zone when it comes to Frank. Okay. This guy has achieved nothing with his life. He is a waste of human fucking flesh. He's done nothing. Okay? He's fucking useless. He's gained the system his whole fucking life. He's treated his family like shit. Didn't even know his brother was dead. Doesn't even check in on his brother because they sold the house. He got most of the proceeds of it and ran off, and he didn't give two shits about his sick brother. He's estranged from his daughter. He's divorced from his wife. Hey, this guy has done nothing. And then, to make matters even worse, wherever he goes, he causes trouble. Now
Yep.
he's caused trouble in the Philippines. Okay? He's He's fucking besmirched a Filipina, many Filipinas. Eh? He's filed case on Barry. For what? Barry called him a pedophile. It's fucking true.
Yeah,
Eh?
well, hasn't he
I
said
mean,
worse to Barry?
dude, he's called me a pedophile. He's called Dave Phelps a pedophile. He's called everybody he runs across a pedophile. He said some of the most heinous things. But see, that's all this guy does is cause fucking problems. He
So
is a fucking pest.
on that point, something I'm sure I'm not the only person to wonder it. How self-aware do you think he is, guys? Do you think he realizes how hypocritical is and he just pretends he's not a hypocrite, or do you think he's so just delusional and out of touch with reality that he doesn't really realize that he's hypocritical and that he has different standards for himself? Like that's something I wonder. Does he know he's being a hypocrite, or is he that delusional he doesn't even know it?
I think
Hmm.
it's a little bit of both. I think because on top of all of this, he is prescription drug addled
Right.
with Lexapro, benzodiazepine, and he washes it down with fucking Benadryl. Okay. And being a narcissist on top of it just tells you that he has lack of empathy for
Yeah.
anyone. He narcissists do not care about your feelings. It's all about the narcissist. Okay. They do not how to feel empathy, express empathy, period. And they will keep up this facade as long as they can till the day
Good
they
morning.
die.
Mhm.
You know?
Mhm.
Well, see,
Yeah.
me, the only way I can answer that, this is the only way I can answer it, is being honest.
Mhm.
You get to a certain point in your life that you really don't care. Like me, like I really don't care. Like unless it's something physical, like you come up to me, no matter where I'm at, and you make something physical, or you physically want to do something to me, then I take it to a whole new level. So I don't really care emotionally. I don't care. But I think with him, it's a combination because he likes to give medical advice. That Lexapro, that Xanax, all that shit that he's on, he has admitted online that he sees the doctor, he sees a specialist for that, but he doesn't tell the specialist that that cotton mouth that you hear him doing is he's on a lot of medication. Okay. The reason he's all cotton mouth is because he has more in his system than he should have. Number one. Number two, it's a combination. He'll be 70 something. I think it's 70 something. What else does he got? He doesn't have anything else except for sitting on a sofa, sitting on a fucking kitchen table, talking shit, knowing that if he goes out one day without those CCT cameras, somebody's going to pay him a surprise. So he doesn't care. In a sense, he doesn't care, but all the drugs really don't help him either because it makes him feel superior than everybody else because he's like, I'm untouchable. You're really not. You're really not. You just keep saying you are because it's really easy to say it from a dark room or a sofa. But
Yeah.
I think
And
it's all the drugs, dude.
Mick Fisher is saying, no, he has no idea. I tried expose the truth to him in person, and he's totally unaware of his own condition.
Okay.
I have to,
I
I,
have to agree with that. Yeah.
I
Yeah.
have
Yeah.
to agree with that.
Yeah, with all the shit that he does, like he's on and stuff, all medically, like all the chemicals he's on, he really believes there's nothing wrong. And he'll say he'll make another 3 shows in a week or 3 days.
Yeah.
He'll say these
And
guys don't fucking know nothing.
here's
Right.
another thing I agree with Mick. He was completely unaware of his own vulnerability to the exact legal action he himself employed.
See,
Eh? See, action had, these things have consequences. And now he's going to have to pay the consequences. And I don't even think then, when he starts paying the consequences, he's going to realize this was all his own fault.
Bingo.
And
Bingo.
and he's going to look dumbfounded like, what did I do? I'm Mr. Innocent. I was just fighting for my rights.
Yeah. I'm fighting for the principle of it. If you let everybody walk all over you, the only person you are making anything on is them. What do you mean make everybody else pay? Nobody else is paying because we're all laughing at you because you can't do shit to anybody that can't do anything for themselves right now.
Mhm.
You know? It's
Mhm.
the same thing. Sorry.
You know, and
Ah,
I don't get, even though you got Barry locked up, I don't even get how you can call that a win because you paid 5,000 pesos to have it done. Okay. When it should have been done by the Philippine government, period. They should have went and got him a long time ago. And I don't even see how you call that a win. It's not a win in my book. Okay.
well,
I mean, it's so easy to pick on a fucking retarded hillbilly who ain't got a pot to piss in or window to fucking throw it out. All right.
Oy.
Anybody could do that. Okay. I fucking, I could,
yeah,
Jesus.
but the thing is, Popeye, he has no leg to stand on because he's no better than the people that he's attacking. It'd be one thing if Mick Fisher went after somebody, or I did something against somebody or you, or even X-Fan did something against somebody. If I was in better shoes, if I could say that I am not like that, I don't do that, so I can't allow somebody else to do that. But when you come in and you call him inbred, and you call him a pedophile, and you call him garbage, and he got raped or he got fucking molested, and you're
Oh yeah.
doing the same fucking thing that
Yeah.
he is doing to you, what makes you think that you could? Well, you can see. This is the thing with Stank. He takes the high ground because he figures, hey, not everybody's paying attention, or nobody really cares. This is fun for people, but he is such a fucking hypocrite when it comes to talking shit about people because he has done worse. So that's not even a win to me. A win is doing it to somebody that deserves it. That he has never done anything worse to somebody else. And he has been worse to everybody.
Yeah.
Everybody he has ever
Yeah.
met. Everybody
Absolutely.
he's ever met all speaks the same volume about him. So what,
Yep.
is everybody lying? No. What, is everybody jealous? Oh, we're so fucking jealous, man. We get to actually leave your island. Remember that fucking godforsaken shithole you call a fucking island? It's only good to look at caves and stay maybe 2 weeks. And that's fucking retirement in the best island, dude.
Dude, from what you guys shown me, I wouldn't even stay there a week.
It's a nice, it's a nice place to go if you're gonna visit like the caves, or and do something different for a week. But
That
see, this
shit
is the thing,
that shit's a day trip. you know? Sorry
and
to
this is
tell
it.
you
He
that.
doesn't
That's
have
a
anything good
fucking
to
day
say about
trip.
anybody. Think about it.
That's
What good
true.
does he say about anybody?
Nothing. Nothing. Whenever he
Nothing.
pops up in the comments, even when he pops up in the comments of a show, it's always like, "You're fat. You're next. You're gonna die. Watch your mouth."
Yep.
He can't even be neutral, right? He can't even
Nope.
like hop on a show and say, "Oh, Palawan looks nice," or "Oh, that food looks good." Like it's only negative, and that's what's so like fascinating in a morbid way. I've never known anybody. Most people I know are somewhat balanced. We can be neutral, positive, sometimes negative. I don't think
Yeah.
I've known many people that are just constantly negative. I mean, you look at the comments here, pretty lighthearted, a lot of humor, a lot of creativity, people joking around. But
Uh-huh.
whenever Frank pops up, it's just like, oh, here's the cancer, and okay, what did he say? Okay, he called someone fat. Okay, you're next. Okay, and it's amazing. It's
So
so
think
unique.
about it. You have 50 or 55 people watching Popeye show. They come in, they laugh, they joke around. Like, it's a great thing because they all want to know what anybody on the show wants to say, even if it's really practically nothing, but it's exciting.
No,
Okay.
bullshit. They only come in here because they want my bingo secrets. Okay? You know it and I fucking know it. All right? I
Well,
know
and
you
then,
guys want my bingo secrets. You're not getting them, man.
but then you think about it, Popeye.
Yeah.
What is the first thing people say when they hear freaking Stank's fucking mouth? Oh Jesus, who is he gonna attack next? Who is he gonna talk shit about? Who is he better than everybody about now today? There's nothing good that comes out of that fucking guy's mouth.
Oh wait, you know
Except
what? There's one person he says good things about himself.
himself. True. I stand
Dude,
corrected. Thank you, Expat.
I thought he was gonna break his fucking arm today, fucking patting himself on the back for Christ's sake.
Expat, I stand corrected. Thank you. I was totally wrong, guys.
You're
Expat
welcome.
is right. He has
Just wanted to
said
clarify.
very good things. Oh, you'll see 3 days from now. Fucking Nico and his fucking lawn and his fucking unhealthy relationship with his kids. God forbid I have a relationship with my kids. God forbid I have a good relationship with my mother, my brother. Hey, actually, both my brothers are still alive. We talked yesterday. You know,
Yeah, he
God
acts like
forbid that's what you can attack me on.
that's a bad thing.
No, it's a bad thing because you know why? It's usually people that wish they had it, they wish they can get it back, are the people that criticize the people that have it. You see, instead of saying, "Hey, listen, I got really nothing." I mean, that's awesome that he spends time with his daughters. Look at how happy they are, dude. My granddaughter shows more happiness on her face than your caretaker does in every any one of your videos. That means I'm doing something right, and you must be doing something really wrong. You know, brag about how happy the relationship you are when your caretaker shows that same happiness in her fucking face. But not one goddamn video without you coercing her and telling her, tell him, caretaker, tell him, caretaker, tell him right now, tell him. You show us happiness that's genuine, and then you can compare. We can
Do you
compare
think
fucking titles.
do you think he's waving 1,000 peso note around when he's saying that stuff? Like,
No, she already this that's that she will deal with heaven and earth because when he freaking dies, the house is hers. The property is hers.
Yep.
He may not have an entitlement to the Social Security because they're not legally married because
Well,
technically she's legally
here,
already married.
here's where you're wrong. Okay, here's where you're totally wrong.
Oh, I know you were going to
It
follow up with this one. That's why I said it.
it doesn't it doesn't matter if Frank dies. Okay,
Yep.
she already owns the house.
Keep
It's in her name. Okay,
going.
she owns the house. He owns nothing. He is just he's just sitting there in the middle of the house with a shirt that says ATM on it. And when she needs something, she goes and pushes the fucking buttons. Okay.
Hey,
And
quick question, Pop. Oh, great. Continue. I'm waiting
and
for you to say it.
the real love of her life is Jimmy. Because like you don't let a guy get you pregnant 8 fucking times without loving him. Okay?
Hmm.
Simple as that.
Well,
He
who has
he
access to
has
the
been
accounts, Papa?
taken he has been taken by the oldest scam in the book. You know, the oldest scam in the book. This scam was going on back when my grandfather was in Philippines. Okay,
Wow.
dude, I'm telling you, he owns nothing, and she's even got his bank accounts
There you
because
go.
he thought he was so fucking smart to avoid garnishment from the lawsuit in Hawaii. He was so fucking smart. Well, I'll just keep moving it into Gilda's bank accounts. Okay.
Oops.
Gilda, you know. And so, hey, she's got everything. Right? And she could put him on the curb today, and there's not a fucking thing he could do. All right. I don't know why she's waiting. There's nothing more to get out of this guy. Okay. And if you're thinking about future paychecks, you should really stop doing that. You should just throw his shit out there with the cows and tell him goodbye and have the barangay escort him off the island. You gotta say she'll save herself a whole lot of fucking trouble, man.
He can't even get a kiss. He bought a house for her, and every time on camera he tries to go in for a smooch, she comes down with a case of allergies or cooking or something.
Girl, I buy a girl a house, she better eat my ass, let alone kiss. Okay?
Man,
All right?
I would want more than a
Lady?
kiss before I bought a house.
Yeah. Fucking that pussy better be made of gold, all right? That's all I got to say there. That pussy better be the best pussy on earth if I'm gonna buy it a house. Okay? And here's the
Hey,
saddest
to
part.
me,
Here's the
yeah.
saddest part. This fucking idiot has forsaken his brother, has forsaken his daughter, and all his money that he amassed through scamming the system is now gonna go to a Filipina that has scammed him. Okay. I think that's kind of fucking funny, but
Yeah.
I feel sorry for his daughter and I feel sorry for his granddaughter. I really do. Okay.
Yeah.
The scammer got scammed. That
The
that's
only
that's the story here.
the only person that could come into his show right now or anytime during he's alive or dead and say, I'm winning is the caretaker. That's it. That's the only person that can come into his show and say, I'm winning across the board. Yeah. Let me tell you, she deserves and is and I'm happy for her. She
Yep.
deserves everything she's gonna get. Everything.
Yep.
That's the only one winning in this whole situation. And hey, Stank, if you're gonna come after me and say stupid shit, just make sure it's not repetitive, please. Just I can admit when I repeat things because sometimes I forget at certain moments because
Now
I
hold
like
on,
messing with you.
said he quit, so quit asking
Well,
for requests, man. All right.
well, all you have to do is say, you know what he'll say when he comes back, Popeye? Well, Popeye and Extract and Big E and Mick Fisher and Nico and Steve and everybody and
They
Dr.
hurt
Smith
my
Sniff,
feelings.
they're still talking about me. I had to come back and defend myself. You see, it's the
Yeah.
same fucking thing. And then he'll come back and say that, and then he'll say, you guys are all gonna eat fucking crow. Even if we did, we still get under your fucking skin, dude, and have fun with it, man. It doesn't change the outcome, man. But let's just say we don't eat crow. You're gonna come on video and say, no, what happened was they gave me an option because it wasn't worth the stress and I could have spent my money more wisely, like you
Dude,
have for
there's
the past 10 years.
always gonna be an
Something.
excuse.
Oh yeah,
Okay. And
10 years.
excuses are for dogs, clowns, and children. We're fucking men. We're not supposed to be giving excuses. Okay? Simple as that. But anybody got any last words?
You know, uh, hey, listen, thank you for having me on.
Mhm.
Uh,
Oh, and he bounced. A little abrupt.
Yeah, that was quick.
All right. Maybe it's an accident. Well, I guess the last thing I'll say for the chat: does anybody think Frank likes to dance around in front of his mirror like Buffalo Bill from Silence and the Lambs?
I think he does.
I bet he does in his alone time. So that's my final thought. That's a thought you guys can carry in your minds for today. And just joking. Take care, guys.
All
hey,
right, take care. What'd you
Popeye,
do?
thank you so
Finger
much
fuck
for.
you? What'd you do? Finger
Yeah,
fuck your phone?
I had to put the 75-pound dumbbells down and pick up my phone, and I fast fingered the shit out of my phone. Thank you for having us on.
No
Extra
problem.
sorry that I didn't get to say goodbye. Everybody in the chat, just keep doing what you're doing and enjoying yourself. And no matter how good you are, no matter how great things come out of your mouth, you'll always have guys like Stank reminding you how small you are and how great he is. Take care, everybody. God bless.
All right. All right, guys. Thanks for coming out today. It was a lot of fun. I'll probably see you Friday. Okay, I'll probably see you Friday because that's when he'll probably be back. All right. So this is Popeye One, man. I'm out of here.